presenting your host for the Racecoin podcast, Jay.
What's going on, my Racecoin fans? I'm joined by Sabine Schmitz, a winner of 24-hour Nurburgring, a television personality, and a presenter at Top Gear. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be there.
So tell us about, how you grew up. I mean, you had your sisters that you were racing with. Do you still guys go to the track and race each other and still kind of compete at any point in time? Or is this something that you've put in the past now?
Yeah, sometimes when the weather is good and it's not too busy on the Nordschleife, we buy a ticket and we go, because my boyfriend, he has a collection of very nice cars, like a 918 Porsche. And, I always want to be just there to know how it's to be on the Nordschleife with such a special car. I mean, it's very expensive, so I have to take care that we don't get in trouble. I have to practice. But, and my sisters, they are going sometimes as well. I heard about it, but they don't tell me.
So there's a bit of a cheeky rivalry going on where they're practicing without you so that they can get on the track and actually beat you on certain days, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's cool. And one of the things that I've actually spoken to a lot of female drivers about is like their road to the journey of their racing career has always been a little bit different to male drivers and their careers. Do you feel like that's still a thing in the industry, or do you feel like that was something that you had to deal with when you were going through it?
Yeah, when I started with motor racing, that was really tough. I think at the moment there's a big change, or there was a big change, because we have very good female racing drivers already in the world, and they get more and more respect. When I started, especially in South Africa, the women, they had no right to go to a voting. Can you imagine? 1 year to go to vote for the president. And
Unreal.
Yeah, and they came to that country and they drove races against all the superstars. So they were shocked.
Yeah, to say the least, I'm sure.
At the moment, we have really good female drivers, and we are going forward. We have ladies teams, they are mechanics, they do everything, and it's working very well. Why not?
So how did you manage to, obviously you were just 300 meters from the track, but how did you manage to really kind of progress and make a name for yourself, make yourself known in the industry, and actually get the opportunities that you did?
When I started with motor racing, 31, maybe 32 years ago, long time ago.
We don't have to give numbers. It's okay.
Okay, we cut it out. When I started, it was not so popular that women go for motor racing, and but I kicked their asses. I crashed a couple of times to them that they have the big good respect. You have to fight very hard, and when you are too soft and you think, I maybe have a scratch on my car, then you stay better at home. But I think that made my career, that I didn't stop. I carried on, and I was always on the point in the championship in a good condition. I won the championship very fast. So if you do a championship 5, 6, 7 years and you don't win, then it's boring. You have to go to a championship. You have to be successful straight away. Otherwise, it's too late.
So, I mean, what do you feel separated you in the first place from everyone else to be able to win a championship? Because obviously it takes a lot. So many people are trying to go for that same spot, and let alone have the opportunity, but still actually beat most people on the track. What do you feel separates you?
To win a championship it's very hard. You have to focus a lot. You have to be fit. So in the BMW team, I was a works driver. So we have to do a lot of sports with the guys, with JJ Leto and all the very professional drivers. And but when you are in the works team, so you have a very, very good team. Even in my private team, I had my neighbors. We were professional as well. But to be in the works team, part of the works team, you learn a lot, and then it has to go forward, and you are under pressure as well. So
Of course. I mean, no one can deny the pressure, but I guess that's one of the things that pushes everyone to another level each time, and the industry gets better and bigger, right? So, over time. Mm-hmm. But if there was something you could change about the motor industry, right, the motorsport industry right now, what would that be? How would you change it?
Yeah, I'm not a very big friend of the electric cars. It drives me really crazy because it's such a disaster, I think it's a big lie. It's not green. How can I call an electric car green? I mean, the power comes somehow, out of the power station.
Mm-hmm.
So in my eyes, it's rubbish. There will be other opportunities, much better. But with electrical cars,
So what you're trying to tell me is that you've got a secret dungeon where you've kept all your Tesla so that no one knows about, the fact that you love electric cars. But really on the front, it's like, yeah, I hate electric cars. Who drives electric cars? It's funny you say that. Like, obviously there is that aspect, where, but I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like it's all for sport. It's all for fun. People are enjoying it. People are, get to really feel the atmosphere when, you can hear the engine roar, sort of thing, right? It's not one of these things that you want to be sitting there in silence, in the crowd as well. So there is that. I feel like one of the things that, if you could change and take it a little bit more futuristic, would you have the cars start to fly soon? Like, where would you take it if you could, like, really, really change the abilities of the car?
I would like to turn the clock a little bit backwards.
Really?
I'm a big of the V8, pure driving. When I drive in the Porsche GT3R, it's like a computer game. It's so easy to handle. I drove the M6 BMW GT3 car. It's so boring because you sit in the seat, you drive somewhere, you turn the wheel, and it goes exactly where you want it. So it's very easy to drive. And, when you look the old German touring car championship with the 2.5-liter engines in the 90s, that was pure racing. And I really want to turn that time back.
So you want to really be able to see how a driver reacts to unexpected situations rather than being in so much control of the car compared to...
Yeah. No ABS, no power steering,
No power steering.
Yeah.
Sitting there So, what was it about Top Gear that made you want to join the show so many years ago?
Yeah, they asked me. I said straight away yes, because I'm since the year 2000 part of the team, more or less, with live shows, DVD stuff, and in the shows as well. In the with Jeremy, and Top Gear. When you get the opportunity, you would be stupid to say no. You have to take a chance.
Exactly. But I mean, compared to winning races like the 24-hour Nürburgring, what is it like being on TV? What do you feel like is more you, or would you prefer more? Or is it just different times in your life?
The problem is I usually don't see the product, so I'm missing all the shows. Sometimes I got a DVD from London and I can watch it, but usually I don't see the results. So I have fun to work in the show and make the shows, wie heißen die noch? To be part of the team, and we do the little films in the show, but I've never seen the results really. I hope it's good.
But do you feel like, compared that to racing, what was your real passion? Was it in racing, or do you enjoy more now being a reality TV?
I think it's a combination, because I love racing and that's what I can do in the show. So it's a perfect combination, because I want to drive every car on the limit, and there is allowed, and I don't have to be political correct.
Of course. Well,
so, but racing is, racing is racing, and to try for a TV show, you have to push as well, but it's not really like a proper race, like a 24-hour race.
Of course, it's not non-stop, and
not intense.
Yeah, of course, and there's a whole team involved and all sorts in both sides. But as on TV, what do you feel like people don't really see that happens behind the scenes when you're shooting? Like, obviously they only see the end product, whereas you don't even see the end product. in general, what do you feel like people don't really understand or know about what it is like to be as part of the team?
Yeah, I must say, when you see the show and there are some funny things like a battle or something, we do the battle completely, that we know who was really better, and then for sure you start with following cars, cameras, and so on to make it like it was. We make it 4, 5, 6 times maybe, but the result is the same and the battle is the same. And in some battles we have only a chance to film it once, and we have cameras that they don't shoot each other, and then it's real. But some parts you have to redo. But usually it's it is like you see it on TV, because it has to be true. If it's
Real,
not true,
of course, it's the authenticity.
we'll see it. Yeah. The people are not stupid behind the screen. They will find out immediately. And this is what is really what makes fun, because I don't want to make a show which isn't real.
Of course.
Sure, we do some funny stuff for sure, but they don't script me. They script the others, never me.
That's awesome.
Doesn't make sense anyway. So let her. She wants to say what she wants to say, as we have no chance. So that's
do you ever get any criticism on the show? Like, do you ever get any feedback, like you have to change the way you said that or anything like that? Or is it just free for all?
Oh, not much. Once I had a beer in the show, and they said, no, that's not possible. Drink beer in the show. We will show it in the States, and they will be very upset.
I think one last question I'd like to end it on is, one of the things that you've managed to do throughout your life is not only win races, but just live a life that involves so many things that you are passionate about, and kind of amalgamating them together, putting them together, and then enjoying the whole process. So simply, but how did you do it, or what do you feel you can say to other people that would allow them to experience their version of their enjoyed or an amazing life that is fulfilling?
When you have a dream, you have to trust yourself, and then you must follow your dreams. If you stay at home on the couch, nothing will happen. Nobody will help you. You have to help yourself, and this is the thing. You have to push yourself. Don't trust other people, and they say you got a contract. You're never sure they are saying the truth. So you have really to fight for yourself and keeping focused. And I think, worked out so far.
Worked out so far. That's a very light way of putting it. Very humble at that, definitely. Thank you for being on the show. It's been a pleasure having you on the Racecoin podcast.
Thank you.
If you like this episode of the Racecoin podcast, go ahead and subscribe so you can get notified every Monday when a new episode is out. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.